Hey everyone, it's me Joji, and today we're going to take a look at the Galarian Darmanitan theme deck. Now this theme deck is actually pretty interesting because it has both a fire and a water type Pokemon in it for attacking. Now if you don't know or you haven't seen it, Galarian Darmanitan in Darkness Ablaze has two types. It has its Zen mode and I believe it's just a Gorilla mode or regular mode, where it's just how it is on this box. That is its regular form, and its Zen mode is its fire type form, or at least the card is. So I'm interested to see. Actually, you can kind of you can't see it because of the glare, but he's up here in this corner, and I'll put a picture up of both of them right now. So there's those two different forms. This deck uses both of them. I'm not sure how it's gonna handle that, and if we get a cracked hollow of both of them. Most theme decks only come with one cracked hollow, so I'm kind of hoping it comes with two, but I'm not betting any money on it. They probably only have this regular water type as the cracked hollow, but it would have been cool to see at least two cracked hollows for each different Darmanitan. But yeah, we'll open this up, see how this plays, and see if we maybe do get two cracked hollows. I highly doubt it, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. So here's the theme deck. As you can see, this is the other Galarian Darmanitan. This is the fire type and this is the water type card that they have in this deck. If you take a look at the back, it gives you some description of it and the deck list there. As you can see, it comes with three of each of the Galarian Darmanitans. Three Galarian Darmanitans. So it doesn't specifically say what types. That's interesting. So I think maybe we'll get two water types and a fire, or a water type and a fire. Who knows? I'm looking down this list and it doesn't look like there's anything too interesting other than some turbo patches, a professor's research, Sonia, Capacious Bucket, okay. But other than that, there's nothing too obvious in here that would scream out, get this deck. A lot of these Steam decks so far, after, what was it? Cosmic Eclipse, have been kind of lackluster. I can't think of any of the other theme decks that I would have personally gotten because of the theme deck and not because of just like the cracked hollow. I'm hoping that Vivid Voltage changes because they are going to have a Charizard theme deck. So I'm excited to get at least two of those, open one up for the channel to show you guys what's inside of it, and then keep one for myself sealed because it's a Charizard theme deck. The team up one sold out like crazy. If you still have one of those, keep it sealed because it's amazing. And even the card as a playable card is going to be a great single prize deck. So keep an eye out for that during Vivid Voltage, which comes out November 13th. But yeah, we're going to open up this guy today, figure out how well this plays, maybe find out if we can do some combos with it. I also wanted to mention that on this Saturday, we're going to start another giveaway. So if you're not subscribed, get subscribed now so you don't miss it and ring that bell to get notified about it. We are going to be giving away some Salamence here. So we have a Salamence VMAX and Salamence V that we have doubles of. So these we pulled on Saturday's stream. We're going to give these away, plus maybe a pack or two. We'll see. But we're going to open up, hopefully, an Eternatus Premium Collection box on Saturday. And we're also going to do a giveaway for these two. But yeah, we're also getting close to 500 subscribers. So once we hit 500, we're going to be doing a huge giveaway. We're going to be giving away a PSA graded card. We're going to give away, hopefully, if we ever pull a second Charizard VMAX, and a bunch of other stuff. So definitely get subbed so you don't miss it when all that happens. But we are about 40 subscribers away, so get subbed if you haven't already. All right, so the coin. Let's see. Okay, so the coin is that is the goofiest looking Darmanitan I have ever seen. I love this coin. It's so goofy looking. Look at his eyes. Oh, that is one interesting coin there. All right, wow, this is it. It's like again, we got stuck up there, but there is the Galarian Darmanitan cracked hollow. We'll sleeve this up in a second, and we'll show off the code card for the theme deck in a second as well. Let's see here. We got the box, which shows the Zen mode Galarian Darmanitan. I'm just gonna start calling it just Darmanitan because that's really all we're seeing. Darmanitan, there you go. And here's the other one, the ice or water type. Technically ice, but there's no ice type cards. The usual stuff that you see in theme decks, the rule book, and the mat. So these mats are actually different each time. I think the backs of them are the same all the time. So if you saw the Sirfetch'd deck one, you saw that this back is actually a sort of a poster that you can use if you want to hang it up or something. But yeah. The other side is always just going to be the theme deck's Pokemon. This other stuff is kind of just trash, especially those counters. They're kind of useless to me. But if you need them and you're starting off, definitely an easy way instead of having to get the dice that you usually find in ETBs like this. But yeah, it's a substitute for that. So let's show off this code card here for the Steam Deck. And of course, as always, you can get the Steam Deck from the actual PTCGO store easily just by using 500 coins. So you don't have to use a code to get it. You can get it by playing some games and then redeeming it with the coins. So let's take a look at all the cards we get. All right, so I'll try and separate these as we go. So we got a bunch of water. I think it said a total of 18 water, always 18 for some reason in these Steam decks. Always excessive. I don't know why they do this. It's really a waste. Here is the other Galarian Darmanitan that I mentioned, a fire type, but if you notice, uses water type for its frozen heat attack. So you may discard, oh, is it focused? You may discard all the water type energy from this Pokemon. If you do, your attack does 60 more damage. So you can do 170 damage. Does that say 60? Yeah, okay, I'm reading that correctly. So if you're running this with just the water energies, you're discarding 3, so be careful about that. And we'll talk about that later, but not bad of a card. We got Cubchoo. We got Hop. Ooh, let's just put that over there. We got more water. We got Darumaka. Pelipper. We got more water. We got a Wingull. We got more water. We got another Hop. More water. Arctic. Kangaskhan. Bead. Capacious Bucket. Great Ball. More water. Bird Keeper. We're going to see a lot of water today. Washiwashi. Sonia. Darumaka. Water again. Magnolia. Suicune. Sonia. Water. Switch. Hop. Darumaka. Oh, wrong one. Cubchoo. Turbo Patch. Wingull. Kangaskhan. Water. Bird Keeper. Oh, we got 2. Right. I think I mentioned that last time as a little blurb, but yeah, there are 2 in each of these theme decks. Great Ball. Research. Bead. Water. Capacious Bucket. Arctic. Pelipper. Water. Water. Wingull. Wishiwashi. Water. Cubchoo. Turbo Patch. Suicune. Switch. Hop. Water. And Darmanitan. So it looks like we're getting 2 of the water Darmanitans and 1 of the fire Darmanitans. I'm wondering why they didn't do a 4-4 line with Darumaka's having 4 and then 2 of each of the Darmanitans. I'll have to take a look at these attacks. Maybe there's a reason why they only gave us 3 and then 2 of these water specifically. But yeah, that is the deck. Just looking at it, as always, it is always too much energy in these theme decks. 18 water energy is way too much. There's a good amount of supporter cards here, of trainer cards. I would say that they're not the best, but some of these are really great to have, like the Research, the Turbo Patches, the Bird Keepers, obviously Switches. But yeah, there's a good amount of draw support here, and a good amount of just supportive cards that you would usually want in a deck. As for the Pokemon, there's some Pokemon in here that I don't see why they're in here. Specifically, maybe where's the Beartic and the Wishy-Washy. Yeah, I'm not sure why these are in here, other than maybe Beartic being a water type and then just hitting for 150. Even so, it does 50 to itself, so it's self-destructing there. Pelipper, yeah, I don't know about this guy. I guess and especially the Kangaskhan. I don't know about this guy. The Kangaskhan in Darkness Ablaze always seemed like a really bad card, even as a pre-release promo to me. So I don't know. We'll have to take a closer look at this in a second to see if this is worth getting based on how you play it. As it is right now, if you were a collector, the fact that it only comes with this cracked hollow, as I've said before, and I think I mentioned in a comment as well to one of my viewers, it's better probably to just get these cracked hollows if you can from a third-party seller or something, because it is not worth getting a whole theme deck just for this cracked hollow. Although granted, some of these cracked hollows cost just as much as the theme deck. When I checked last time, the Sirfetch'd was about the same price as the theme deck, but there were only 2 sellers. I'm sure you could have found it maybe on a different site other than TCGPlayer, but that's where I usually check my prices for. I didn't check eBay. I'll have to check eBay this time around to see if there's anything cheaper for this Galarian Darmanitan, because if you're paying $12 for just a cracked hollow like this, I would probably wait a couple months if you're trying to collect these cards, because this is not worth getting for $12. Even the Steam Deck right now doesn't seem like it's worth getting for $12. There are a lot better theme decks coming out and already out there that are a lot better than this one. So we'll hopefully find some good combos with it, but I'm already betting that this is not worth getting. All right, let me look at this, see if we can figure out something that we can do with this deck, and I'll be back in about a second. Okay, so I looked through this deck to hopefully find some kind of saving grace for it, but as it stands, I am doubling down on saying do not buy this theme deck already. And we're not even at the end of the video. I'm going to have to show you this stuff to show you how bad it is and why you shouldn't get it. The only reason you would want to get this, I'm going to just show you right now, because there's no other reason for you to get this theme deck. Either physically or in the game, there's a lot of different other theme decks in the game that you can get that are a lot better for 500 Pokecoins. But the only reason is if you needed these specific trainer cards in game or in person, and I guess if you wanted to get this cracked hollow. So obviously cracked hollow, one of the reasons, right? Okay. But as we said before, you can probably get it for cheaper than having to spend 500 Pokecoins if you want to get it in game, or physically you can probably get it cheaper. But trainer cards that you would want this deck for are Switches, Bird Keepers, Capacious Bucket, Turbo Patches, and Professor's Research. These are the only good trainer cards I believe in the Steam Deck. There are a couple others like Great Ball, but more than often you're going to be using Quick Balls or some other way of searching for Pokemon. These are the only trainer cards that I thought you would need. Now, as you can see, this would probably be a fully loaded bench and an active spot, and each one of them has their necessary energy for their max attack. Now, that literally leaves you with just 1 energy left. That is very concerning, because even if you loaded all these cards up, none of their attacks are actually that good. So you're left with 1 energy in your deck. That's not a lot of energy, right? And you've literally loaded every single thing here. Now let's take a look at this first Pokemon, Galarian Darmanitan, as its gorilla form. Now, Blizzard, granted, It does 80 damage for 3, and it also damages every single Pokemon on the opponent's bench for 10. So it's okay if they're running something maybe like Mad Party where Bumblebees are 40 HP, so you hit this 4 times, you're going to get a couple knockouts, right? So that's good. Crushing Hammer though, 170 damage, and you can't use that attack again. Now, if you're hitting something like a V or a GX card, maybe you'll get a knockout by doing that and then Blizzard. But, and you could always do that combo switch that we mentioned in the previous video where you switch this guy out and back in to reset the debuff so it can use Crushing Headbutt again. But, again, 4 energy to attack, that is 1 more than the Sirfetch'd, and there's no real way to attach energies onto this Pokemon other than just physically attaching each turn, so you have to wait 4 turns to attach. And there are other ways in this deck to attach energy, like the Turbo Patch, but I don't know. You can't attach to the Galarian Darmanitan because Turbo Patch only works on basic Pokemon, so you have to attach it initially to the Darumaka. I don't know. The Darmanitan here is not worth it, especially not this Fire Darmanitan. Now, granted, I love that they did a fire Pokemon that uses water energy. It's really cool. It's an awesome gimmick, and I would love to see this maybe in different type of Pokemon. But Frozen Heat does 111 damage, but if you remove all the water energy on it, it does 170, similar to that Crushing Hammer, but it only uses 3, right? But you just removed all that energy. That's 3 energy. Again, you can't load energy other than 1 turn at a time for this deck. That's 3 turns you're going to go without attacking. That's no good. No bueno. Not worth attacking with. So let's take a look at maybe some other Pokemon we can use, right? Wishy-Washy. It's straight garbage. This is not even worth it. Deep Sea Swirl, maybe if you need to draw cards? Sure. Water Splash? Pointless. This is literally just a draw supporter Pokemon. Alright, let's take a look at Suicune. So we have 3 energy loaded onto it for it to use Aurora Loop. So 130 damage, and you put 2 energies on this Pokemon back into your hand. Well, it goes back to that same thing. You have to wait 2 turns now to load energy back onto this guy to attack. This deck literally is hitting itself in the face by removing energy from the Pokemon that needs it. Why? There's literally the only way to attach is using Turbo Patch. Again, that's a coin flip. If you're lucky, you'll get a heads, but it's 50-50 chance. That's the only other way to load. I don't know. It's not worth it. This is the only other basic Pokemon that can get used with Turbo Patch efficiently, I guess. Let's take a look at Beartic. Now, it uses 3 energy for Frozen Slice. 150 damage. Not bad. 3 energy. It's 1 energy less for 20 energy less on compared to the Galarian Darmanitan. But the caveat right there, does 50 damage to itself. 50. It has 140. That leaves it with 90. There is a lot of attacks that do 90 damage. That is not good. A lot of these cards, again, are just self-inflicting hurt to themselves. This deck is just, I don't know. Maybe I'm not seeing it. Maybe one of you guys can tell me what's going on. But as it stands, this deck is just hurting itself so much that there's no way to play this efficiently. Here's Pelipper. Wing Attack, 50. Power Cyclone, 110. And then you move an energy from this Pokemon onto one of your benched Pokemon. Alright, that sounds good. Maybe you're going to get knocked out or something. You can move an energy from this guy onto maybe one of your Darmanitans, your Beartic, or your Suicune. Okay, sure. But that energy is going to get lost anyways at some point, right? And plus, maybe you just removed an energy. You're going to have to use an energy placement for the next turn on this guy if you're going to attack again with it. I guess that's one way of moving energy around, but still, it's self-inflicting by removing energy from the Pokemon that needs it to attack. Honestly, this deck is really bad in my opinion. I am confident in saying do not buy this deck. It is one of the worst decks that I've ever seen for theme decks. I don't know why Pokemon decided let's make this a theme deck with an awesome gimmick where Galarian Darmanitan has both a fire and a water type, right? That's awesome. I love that. I love that both of these still use water type energy for their attacks. But let's go ahead and make it horrible, right? Why? Why, Pokemon? It's literally one of the best ideas ever. Let's make a fire type use water energy because technically it's a fire ice type, I think. I forget what it is exactly. But I don't know. It's honestly an amazing idea, but it was horribly established. A great idea, horrible execution. Is that the saying? But yeah, again, you were only left with one water energy, and I'm not even going to mention the Kangaskhan because this thing is definitely not worth even having ever in a deck. Rally back, here, let me just show you. Rally back. You have to wait for one of your Pokemon to get knocked out, and you have to have 2 energy, granted, and then you do more damage. So you have to wait for someone else to get knocked out. So you're going to be losing at that point, right? And only doing 120 damage? Well, hopefully that knocks out the other Pokemon, right? And hopefully you have another Kangaskhan if this guy gets knocked out. I don't know, guys. It is just one of the worst decks I've seen in quite a while. Again, do not buy this deck. It is just bad. Get it only if you want this physical card and you can't find this at a lower price. Again, if you can find this for lower than what the cost of the theme deck is, which is I think $12, get it. But I wouldn't even waste the Pokecoins on TCGO to get this deck. It is definitely one of the worst decks I've seen in quite a while. And there's a lot better decks coming out and already existent out there. So definitely get one of those instead. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with me? This is one of the worst Pokemon decks, theme decks that Pokemon has released in quite a while. I think so. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But yeah, hopefully you did enjoy this review. If you did, leave a like, get subscribed, and don't forget to ring that bell to get notified on more Pokemon videos. And as a reminder, Saturday we're going to be hopefully opening up an Eternatus Premium Collection box and also doing our giveaway for those 2 Salamence Speed cards and maybe a Darkness Ablaze pack or some other cards. But yeah, again, as always, stay safe and thanks for watching.